What is up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC 222 prediction video. It's happening this coming Saturday from Las Vegas, and don't sleep on this card because I actually think it's going to be quite good. Let's go ahead and get into it. First up, I'm taking a risk here. I'm choosing Cat Zingano to win her return against Ketlen Vieira, and Vieira is no joke, so I am taking a risk, but you know, I'm biased here. I root for Cat Zingano. I just watched her little documentary and everything, so she's someone who I'd like to see just get back on the right path, just get a win in life. So there's some biasness there, so I'm gonna be honest about that, but choosing Cat Zingano. Now next up, I'm choosing Stefan Struve to beat Andrei Arlovski. Both of them are inconsistent. I wouldn't bet money on either one of them. If Stefan uses his range, he's more likely to win. Andrei Arlovski could gas, but he could get inside that range. He has more punching power, I think, than Stefan. He might be a bit faster than Stefan. Again, I have no idea how this is going to go. I have no idea the shape physically or mentally both these men are going to be into. So again, but I actually think it's going to be a good fight. But I'm taking a chance with Stefan Struve just because he's a bit younger, quite frankly, and the heavyweight division seems to finally be moving forward a bit with some new, younger talent. So I think he has more of a chance to kind of get it together. So I'm going with Stefan Struve. All right, next up, I'm choosing Sean O'Malley to beat Andre Sukhumthath. Now, co-main event, and if you're like me, this is the fight you're most excited about. Now we have the featherweight champion Max Holloway not in the fight, but boy, did we get a great replacement. I hate to see either one of these men fight because I think they both deserved a title shot. I am talking about Frankie Edgar against Brian Ortega, and oh, I'm so excited. Let's talk about Brian Ortega first. I think he's ranked a little lower. Brian Ortega is on, I think, someone tell me the fight winning streak, but he has not lost yet. He's 28 years old, product of Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. He's a teacher at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. He started when he's 5, so he's a throwback, someone who is become an expert in one art and then has added to it. So he is kind of a throwback in that way, but he has some new age Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. He has some of the most aggressive Jiu-Jitsu, some of the quickest Jiu-Jitsu. He does not have this long plan. He's a game planner and starter as far as the fight is concerned, but his jiu-jitsu doesn't take long to unfold. He's very quick with it. You make a mistake, he's very quick with it. He's big. He's a couple of inches taller than Frankie Edgar, but I think he's going to look and feel a bit bigger. I think noticeably bigger than Frankie Edgar. I don't think he'll be faster. As far as strength-wise, because of Frank's fundamental wrestling strength that he has, I'm not sure that Brian's going to be stronger than him. But as far as his grappling, being a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu black belt against Frankie Edgar, who's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but I don't think there's a match there. I think that Brian's jiu-jitsu is definitely better than Frankie, so I think he needs to fight this in close quarters. Don't give Frankie space. Get up and close with him against the fence. We know you can submit someone anywhere. On the ground, standing, you're back on the ground, you're back on the fence, they're back on the fence, them carrying you like Cub Swanson, where you made an adjustment in the air to submit him in the air. Incredible. This man is a great example of the artistry of mixed martial arts. And if you can tell, I'm quite excited about Mr. Brian T-City Ortega. Now let's talk about Mr. Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar, someone who's never been finished. Frankie Edgar, someone who's never been finished. If you didn't catch that, Frankie Edgar, I think he'll have better cardio than Brian Ortega. I think the longer this fight goes, the more in favor of Frankie Edgar, quite frankly. I'm losing light here. Frankie Edgar, quite frankly, I think he can outpoint him to a victory. I think he also has punching power as well. He's more of a cumulative damage fighter. So I think if this goes on longer, Brian gets a little bit tired. He gets one of them combos. I think Frankie could box him up and knock him out, knock him down, get on top, ground and pound. He's a better wrestler than Brian is, but I'm not sure if he's a better grappler. I think you need to keep this standing, Frankie Edgar. You're a great wrestler, but Brian's jiu-jitsu is on a whole. It is new age, evolved, forward-thinking Gracie jiu-jitsu. It is aggressive. Like I said, it is weaponized. I think he could submit you off his back. I think in the moment you get down on the ground him, whether you're on top or not, I think you'll be in trouble. Not to say that you can't out-wrestle him, not to say, and again, he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but I just think that the safest way to victory for Frankie is to keep this on the feet. Keep it in space, point your way to a victory. I think he'll be faster. I think Frankie will be faster as far as his body movement, his hand speed, and possibly foot speed. He might be faster in every way. Frankie's very quick. And again, he has one of the highest offensive outputs in the entire UFC. I think he'll need to use that beef first and jump on Brian Ortega and just hit him everywhere. Hit him everywhere and bob and weave in and out, in and out. Again, I wouldn't take this to the ground. If you feel it, you feel it, but I would keep this standing if I were Frankie Edgar. If I'm Brian Ortega, I do enough boxing, I make him think. I think he possesses some punching power. Brian does. I think he might have some underrated boxing there. But again, close quarters. Whether it's dirty boxing or on the ground, because I think Brian can submit you anywhere. You're gonna have to outthink Frankie Edgar, which is... talk about a hard thing to do. You're gonna have to try to bait him into some bad movement. You're gonna have to try to trick him, and I think you can. I think he got some of the smartest jiu-jitsu that we've ever seen. I'm gonna pick T-City. I'm gonna take a risk. I'm so excited about him. I hate to see these two fight. I wanted to see Frankie Edgar fight Max Holloway and see Brian Ortega get the winner. Okay, let me just say that. Frankie's never been finished. And I think Brian's gonna have to finish him to beat him. So, T-City. All right, on to the main event. And we're seeing the women's featherweight champion, Miss Cris Cyborg, take on Yana Kunitskaya. I'm sorry about that. She is the Invicta Bantamweight champion. She is a boxer, a Russian boxing champion. She's also a Taekwondo champion. She's a stand-up fighter. She's big and strong. She's got nice, thick legs. She's very good. She's very good. Look, a lot of these women are very good, but Cris Cyborg is on another level. Strength-wise, one of the things that worries me the most is I think she's going to be much bigger than Yana. Yana is the bantamweight champion. Yes, she's big for her division and she's going to put on some weight, but one of the reasons why I gave Holly Holm such a chance is because she was one of the few people who actually is as thick as Cyborg, and I don't think Yana is. So I think she'll be at a size disadvantage. I think she'll be at a power disadvantage, especially with the hands. And she's gonna have to try to stay away from her. Use those kicks, use that Taekwondo, use those kicks, try to take out a will, make Cyborg think, maybe try to point your way to a victory, maybe try to kick her in the face to a KO victory. Look, just throw it out there. That's what I say. Anyone fighting Cyborg, take some chances, take some risks, because this is an uphill battle. Cyborg is getting better. You forget, I believe she's only like 32 years old, and she is constantly getting better. Her boxing now, she's become like an MMA traditional boxing hybrid. She's moving her head. She's got shoulders. She's got angles. She's got footwork. And that's scary. It's scary. And since I took a risk on my T-City pick, I'm actually going to take the safe bet here and stick with Cris Cyborg. And I'm going to choose her to be Yana Kunitskaya. But Kunitskaya, you stay away from her. You can get out the first round. The longer this goes on, the more opportunity you have to kick her in the face. That's like, kick her in the face, Yana. Cyborg, I think, is going to have the power advantage. I think she's going to have quicker hand speed as well. I think she's going to have better body movement because we've seen she's just simply getting better. So yeah, picking Cyborg. Let me know your picks. Let me know any injury updates, how excited you are. Again, don't sleep on this card because, again, I think it's going to be quite good. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe, like. I'm on Snapchat now. Talk to me. Take care. Goodbye.